Yo, this is Conan. You're listening to World of Wrestling podcast with Tax and Rich. Boom.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the World of Wrestling podcast. My name is Rich, and as always, I'm joined by my good buddy Tax Williams.
We're tired boys. I know we say this a lot on the pod, but I've just gone through an hour of trying to put my daughter to bed where she wanted me to stay in her bed, and so to try and get me to stay in the bed, she decided to stand on my neck.
She'll make a great pro wrestler one day.
She's rough and tumble. She had her first stage show this weekend. She was at 4. She was performing in The Wizard of Oz.
Ooh.
When I say performing in The Wizard of Oz, because of COVID, at the little drama school she goes to, she stood underneath at the school a sheltered part while me, my wife, and the other miserable parents sat on wet chairs in a freezing cold car park in the pissing monsoon rain.
That's some pissing it down today, yeah.
It was horrific, but in fairness, for a 6-minute show, Harriet has had more applause than I've had in my entire wrestling career, so she's done all right.
In your first school play or whatever, what were you? Do you remember? Or do you know?
I can tell you. Well, first of all, I can tell you many good things about because I'm a theatre goer. I'm a theatre performer. I've been in many musicals and performed at quite high levels at a London theatre. But
sure, yeah.
Hey, fuck you! I sang solos at the London Albany Empire. Yeah.
Depends what you can. Yeah, okay, go on then. Carry on.
But anyway, at primary school, my first role was in a school circus show where I missed my cue, and I remember the teacher said, and also some other acrobats, because me and my friend had missed our cue, and I think it was like 3 rolls forward, 2 rolls back, 1 roll forward, another roll back, another roll forward, but we hadn't judged the edge of the stage and fell off.
Oh, taking bumps at how old? Like 4, 5?
I think it's like 6 or 7. But then
okay,
the primary education, so this listeners from not in the southeast of England with the education system at primary where you finish at sort of like 9, 10, 11, so that's when you're sort of the cut-off before you go to secondary school. Well, I was in year 6. It was an important Christmas play, but 2 people, Rich, were ill. So not only did I have to do my part, I also, because I was the only person who could speak and write in my primary school.
How many people did you poison to get this part, are you saying?
Hey, I already had a part. I just had to play 2 others. So in that Christmas play,
Okay.
I played 3 parts. However, you thought the falling off the stage was the most embarrassing. No. Because even though now I am an upper middle class piece of crap, as you would likely call me, but in my younger days, as I've made mention to on the pod before, my family do not come from money, including my father, who managed to secretly remortgage the house 3 times without my mother knowing and spending all the money on motorbikes.
I love these stories. Oh, your dad was a right one, man. He was a right one.
I mean, it's very sad to say. I'll get back to the theatre study in a second, but as we're on my the wonderful financial play of my departed father, the day before he died, I think he knew he was going because he sat down with my mum and had a heart-to-heart talk, and he said, "But you're going to be all right, Emma, because you've got all the pensions. They're all still there. You'll be looked after." Day after my dad died, I'm going for all the paperwork. And I said to Mum, "Oh, brilliant. I found all the pension stuff." And I looked down and I was like, hang on a minute. He's cashed all of these in. He's had all the money.
This is the first story you ever told me about your dad.
Yeah.
Well, apart from the fact they lost him when he passed as well. Like, fuck.
Oh, my God.
Man.
But yeah.
That was quite a weekend, wasn't it?
Fun pod, wasn't it? But anyway, yeah, so we didn't have much money growing up, and one of the Christmas plays I was in at primary school was I had to be a Christmas tree. So it was a case of it had to be green jumper, brown trousers.
I was a tree once.
Jeans.
Love it. Absolutely love it, yeah.
Well, the problem
Trees
was
for life, bro.
The problem was, and again, this is at a time as well, we're talking like the late 80s when this happened. My mum couldn't afford to go and buy me any brown trousers or shorts or anything like that. So what she gave me was a pair of her brown tights to wear at this school play. Now, the worst thing was,
ahead of your
Rich,
time.
the worst thing was, like on the day of the play, as we were getting dressed, someone came into the classroom and waved a pair of brown trousers, said, "Does anybody need these?" I turned around and put my hand up, and the teacher looked at me and went, "No, no one needs them." And I thought, you bastard! So all these other well-presented children had to stand on stage in their lovely trousers and green jumpers, and I stood there in my mum's pair of brown tights where you could see my pants and my green jumper. Merry fucking Christmas.
Oh, I love it so much. So much, man. Killing gender norms before your time, before it was cool, before it was allowed.
But let's fast forward into present day, and again, we won't dwell on this too much, but
let's keep talking about this. This is much more fun.
Well, I can't remember I ever mentioned the story of my dad going missing on the pod.
I think you did.
Oh, okay.
I'm pretty sure
Brilliant.
you did. I think it was maybe like right at the beginning, but
Yeah.
You can tell it if you want, mate. I mean, we've got quite a lot to get through.
No,
we've got quite a story.
We've got long and short of it. So I had to after my father died, we making it sound after my parent passed away. Ha ha ha! Lots of jolliness.
So jolly.
When my father
Sure.
when my father who'd rinsed my mother's money, remortgaged the house 3 times, made
That's
me
right,
work.
You're rich. You could pay for it. Shut the fuck up. You need that.
When growing up, being told it's not all about the money, fucking is. So, but
We had this discussion during the week. We're like, money does buy happiness. What the fuck was anyone talking about that said otherwise? It definitely does.
no, money doesn't buy happiness, but money buys things
Fucking
that makes me
does.
happy,
Exactly.
like brown trousers.
Yeah, sure.
But so my dad didn't want a fuss or anything, or probably feared maybe debt collectors might turn up to his funeral, so he didn't want to have a funeral. So we paid for one of these sort of, sounds for lack of a better term, instant cremation. Not like we did it ourselves. It's not like a DIY job in the back garden.
Oh, God. Yeah, carry on.
So what would happen is the undertakers would travel to the hospital where the body is laying in rest and would collect it to take it to be cremated. Well, I was told on the day, I said, "Okay, Mr. Miller, we're going to go and pick up your father, and obviously we'll take him away." The first thing about this is this cremation company. My mum picked them because they had a crematorium in Kent, where I'm from. And I
forgot this bit of the story.
and I phoned them up and I said, "I know obviously people aren't allowed to attend, but just so I know, where's your crematorium in Kent?" And the woman on the phone said, "Actually, it's your nearest one's in Hertfordshire." So that's not Kent.
Jesus, just give people perspective. That's like 2 and a bit hours away. That's like a fair distance up the country.
Well, anyway, so he's already had quite a torrid time, my father. He's almost got in his the ambulance taking him away, his dead body away from my family home. He's speeding down the road, at which point the private ambulance almost has a crash with the postman speeding around the country lanes. So he almost dies. Again, he's already dead. But anyway.
Got better, died again, you know?
Yeah. Classic
Bruce
John.
Milligan.
Classic John. Always dying. Always spending other people's money, then dying. But so they would go and collect him. They'd
Oh, breaking me. Okay. Go on.
They'd go and collect him from the hospital. And I got a phone call from the cremation people, and they said, "I've never heard anything like this before. So I'm terribly sorry. They've lost your dad." And obviously still very, very raw. But at this stage, I think it's the first time I'd laughed heartily since my father died. I was like, "What do you mean they've lost my dad?" They're like,
I think it was around this time that I started to hear from you again, and I was like, "Oh, okay."
And I was like, they're like, "Yeah, they can't find him." I said, "How do you mean they can't find him?" And he said, "Well, for lack of a better term, they've misfiled him somewhere."
Jesus Christ, man.
And it took them 2 days to locate him.
I remember these 2 days being absolute fucking torture. Just being like, I wonder if they found his dad, which is something you don't imagine to ever hear.
But
it's just astonishing, man.
But this is the thing that got me. So obviously we booked these
Did
people.
they not put a label on him or something? You know what I mean? Like,
In fairness, he probably sold it. But yeah, so in fairness to these guys, and it wasn't the crematorium people, so those are the people at the hospital who had misfiled him, which is fine, you know, admin, who bothers?
Apparently it does happen reasonably often. I spoke to a couple of other people about this, telling this story, because it was so just like, what the fuck, you know? And they were like, yeah, that happened to my uncle once. Like, what? How?
But they, so we're okay. So he's going to go to this crematorium in Hertfordshire. No problem at all. And what they do is the company then deliver him back in a box for us to do what we want with his ashes. When the box returned, he said, "And here is the box." And it was a lovely presentation box, as you'd expect for, probably lots of other bodies, or alternatively something they've just digged out of their fireplace and they've harvested him for organs. But I looked at the bottom of the box and it basically said he hadn't been taken to Kent, he hadn't been taken to Hertfordshire, they'd taken him and cremated him in Cardiff. So
it's fucking insane. That's like 6 hours away.
My father had his last ride to the crematorium in Cardiff. But speaking of last ride...
In a different country, in Wales.
Exactly. All the way in Wales.
Yeah.
But, but on the subject of, last rides, we don't have that version of The Undertaker in here, and we don't have The Undertaker at the Elimination Chamber 2014.
I'm just going to let that one sit for a minute, because, talk about professional tax. That was high caliber. Okay, so part 7 of our Into the Dragon podcast series. The WWE Elimination Chamber 2014, the 23rd of February. It was live on pay-per-view. We'll watch this on the network. We're at the Target Center, Minneapolis, Minnesota. Ducks fly together. You don't get that reference, do you?
Quack.
Well, you got the part of it. Have you ever seen The Mighty Ducks?
No, that's a hockey film, right?
It's one of the greatest films ever made that happens to be about hockey as well. I'm just going to throw that out there. I love that movie. I watched all 3 of those quite recently. I'm like 36 now, 35, 36, whatever, who cares? The attendance tonight was 14,101. Got to get that extra 1 in there. And the commentary team are JBL, Michael Cole, and Jerry Lawler. Starts out good, gets worse as we get to the commentary team. Tax, what happened on SmackDown?
I'm glad you asked. SmackDown broadcast on the Sci-Fi Network on Friday, the 21st of February, recorded a few days before that. It did a 2.15 buy rate. And here is how I will set the scene for Smacky D. 2 days before Elimination Chamber, and 3 days before the WWE Network unleashes itself on the WWE Universe, a slew of determined superstars use SmackDown to position themselves for the final pay-per-view along the road to WrestleMania. How'd you like that?
That was good. That was professional. I didn't want to stop you. I was just wondering if there was a bit more, but that was really, really good. Yeah, I liked it.
Thanks.
Pretty much summed it up. There's a few things that happen on SmackDown that are really relevant to tonight's show. Like the Christian full heel turn shtick. Do you want to go over that a bit? Well, just move on.
I'm just going to go through the results. So after not
Okay.
wrestling much, Dragon, our hero, wrestles twice. So he's battered, he's bruised, he's bandaged. American Dragon managed to take a running knee.
Iteration win. That was really good.
Thank you.
Bruised, battered, bandaged. Yeah, I love it.
Managed to take his running knee through the number 1 contender for the IC belt, Jack Swagger, in the opening contest of SmackDown. But however, Daniel Bryan's night was far from over. Vicky Guerrero then emerged, flanked by the Devil's favourite director of operations, Kane.
Boring Kane, yeah.
Vicky Guerrero congratulated Dragon on his victory and rewarded him with the opportunity to compete in a second match of the night against Jack Swagger's tag team partner, Cesaro. So we got Dragon versus Cesaro. Very, very nice. Unfortunately, Kane just got disqualified. Well, got Cesaro disqualified, and Dragon wins. It's a shame. But we had the Wyatts.
They beat the shit out of Dragon. They really beat him up. They
Yeah.
took out his shoulder, hurt him a lot, didn't they?
We had the Wyatts take on the Rhodes Dynasty and Rey Mysterio. Because the Wyatts needed someone to, little to beat up. Standard.
Yeah,
Um,
pretty standard. Yeah, that's what they've done on Raw. So why not?
little promo from Bray suggesting that 3 dominoes are ready to fall, and the Eater of Worlds is going to prevail. Sat in his rocking chair. They go against the new face of fear, as they seem to get that over on every single bloody thing.
I like the Faces of Fear. They were good.
Sister Abigail to Gold Dust for the 1, 2, 3 for the Wyatts. Don't worry, everyone. It's Divas time. It's a SmackDown dance-off hosted by Renee Young. Emma
Yeah.
managed to pick up the victory over Summer Rae with her dancing. And would you believe it, as there always is in a dance-off, Summer was very upset. She was livid. So she attacked Emma. But Emma, what a surprise, got the upper hand. And then Santina came out to celebrate while Fandango helped Summer Rae. What a treat. It gets worse. Guest commentator Darren Young distracted Titus O'Neil. Ziggler rolled up Titus for a win. Mr. No Days Off. No days off, mate. Smiled because he got one over on there. Here's millions of dollars, mate. Usos, again, got ready for their opportunity. Jimmy Uso beat Road Dogg. But then, as you said, in our final... I wrote something for this. In the final confrontation. Yeah, be impressed.
I am.
In the final confrontation between an Elimination Chamber combatants before Sunday's career-altering showdown.
Oh, 3C alliteration spread across 3 sentences, Tax. I love it. That was awesome.
Thank you. I
got multis in this.
Yeah, I know.
This is great.
The man who loves to fight, and it's not Finlay, it's Sheamus. He used white noise to triumph over Christian. And as SmackDown went off the air, Christian interrupted the Celtic Warriors celebrations, knocking him from the ring.
Christian Celtic celebrations. Look at you with your C's. That's awesome.
It's the only letter I can do it with.
I'm loving this. This is great.
So he knocked Sheamus down from the ring, leaving him strewn at ringside. And then to set the scene for the Elimination Chamber, which of the WWE the elite will walk out of the Elimination Chamber with the WWE World Heavyweight Championship and the opportunity to headline WrestleMania in his grasp. Oh, it gives you goosebumps, doesn't it, Rich, to head into the Elimination Chamber with such a build-up like that?
Yeah, absolutely. Another cracking SmackDown recap. Well played, sir.
Thanks. It was certainly better than the SmackDown itself. However, we covered the Rumble, but I can't remember, did we cover the buy rate? Because obviously this is pre-network. We're 3 days before the network here. Well, we were on SmackDown. We're 2 days before the network now. Did we cover the buy rate for Royal Rumble?
Not particularly. We probably mentioned it if it was listed on Cage Match, but
well, it wasn't. But I found a lovely little helpful buy rate tool on WrestleTalk.com.
Nice. That's a nice website. That you should go visit and subscribe.
Pretty
to
good.
Your homepage. Give me money.
But utilising WrestleTalk.com, it has kindly told me the 2014 Royal Rumble buy rate was 517,000 buys. Would you like to hazard a quick guess at the buy rate for the Elimination Chamber, considering this is going to set up our WrestleMania main event?
Oh, probably more like 350, something like that.
203,000 buys.
It's not great, is it?
It is not great because...
I mean, it's not Rumble or Mania, so it hasn't got that name value, but you'd expect it to be higher than that.
Considering that as we go through... So leading up to this, so obviously Rumble was 517,000. TLC only did 175,000 buys.
Yeesh.
And Survivor Series, one of the big four, only did 179 prior to that. Hell in a Cell was the last pay-per-view prior to that to go over 200,000 buys.
Wow. So yeah, it's not just a modern problem. It's been for a while now.
But considering, as I said, this was pre-network. And still, you know, as I reach for my calculator, because I'm too tired to do maths in my head, if it's like $50 a pop, you're looking at 10,150,000 in pay-per-view money at $50. Mm-hmm. Sorry. Basically over $10 million for pay-per-view buys alone on that. Now, obviously, I know they'd have to give like half to the cable company, but $5 million for pay-per-view, not bad.
I wouldn't even know. I imagine their costs are quite high as well.
Yeah, but that doesn't include gate for 11,000 people paying, I don't know what, $20?
Okay,
a ticket?
Sure.
So
I've no kind of concept of what is a lot of money to them, what isn't. You know what I mean?
Me neither.
It sounds like a lot, but sure. All right, let's jump into the show. So the theme song for tonight is Doomsday by Nero or Nero by Doomsday. Who gives a fuck? It's shit. It's dubstep. The opening video package, on the other hand, is fucking beautiful. Again, the WWE editors, their production team, it's just this isn't their best video package, but it's still just does everything you need it to. It makes the booking look competent. It's clever.
I liked it. This is what we've said all along, and I apologise for sort of being broken record, but if you just bought this on a whim and you see this hype video, you're going to be excited for professional wrestling. You're seeing the production values, you're seeing the violence, you've got the backstory in there. It gives you something to invest in.
It made me realise that when we're buying VHSs as kids without seeing the shows in between, because obviously being Brits, we wouldn't have access to house shows or the Superstar Saturday Night or whatever the fuck it would have been at the time. But like you buy the pay-per-view and you have the video package before it and you're completely invested into these stories, and this is a perfect example of that in a more modern kind of setting. It's great stuff, man. Really,
British
really
Bulldog's going to win whether he likes it or not.
Before we get to the show, let's take a moment to thank our Lord and Saviour, Eric Bischoff, for inventing the Elimination Chamber. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Eric.
Round of applause.
Thank
everyone.
you. Because essentially it just means we get multi-man Hell in a Cell rather than just Hell in a Cell once a year.
Yeah, exactly.
2 miles of steel chain.
But with pods and it hurts more to take a bump, right?
Hang on a minute. Are you telling me it's that bulletproof glass that nothing can ever go through in every chamber that someone goes through? Unbelievable.
Mate, on this one, it may as well be fucking paper mache. As people go through them so often.
I would love to see a chamber made out of paper mache. There's got to be someone overly creative.
I've got a kid.
There's got to be someone overly creative in BritRest who's now going to do their own paper mache chamber match.
Sure.
Such a shit show.
So the opening voiceover. It's pay-per-view, so I'm going to go over the whole thing. How far would a man go? This is written beautifully, by the way. Like WWE, like we often talk about the intros and whether they're good or not or whatever. And Michael Cole's intros have been dog shit on Raw recently. But this one, how far would a man go to fulfill a dream? What is he willing to risk? What pains will he endure? Ladies and gentlemen, to headline the biggest event in entertainment, these 6 men enter the most dangerous structure ever created. Bear witness to an environment built for pain. It feeds on cruelty and provides no mercy. Wrong pay-per-view. Tonight, in a battle that would change course at any moment, these 6 combatants will be tested. Only one will prevail and secure an opportunity to shine on the world's greatest stage and under the ever-watching eyes of a greater authority. I can't do the whole thing. The tenacity of the serpent is questioned. It then kind of transitions into like an authority montage promo thing leading into the chamber. And the second half is kind of a lot calmer, but then kind of builds up the tension. It's quite clever. They give you like 3 phases of introduction. It's really interesting stuff. It finishes off going, only one will leave, champion of champions. Again, wrong pay-per-view. But at what cost? Tonight, for 6 superstars, their journey continues as the road to WrestleMania runs through the Elimination Chamber.
All I
Great
thought
stuff.
when you were doing that promo was, why am I listening to the Dungeon of Doom?
I mean, yeah, I gotta muck it up a bit, you know what I mean? So cue the wicked dubstep, chamber graphics, and WCW levels of 1996 sort of levels of pyro. It's very spooty, Dax. Very, very spooty pyro.
Like someone just pressed the button for all of it to go off at the same time in error.
They're missing the ring pyro and the pyro at the back of the fans like WCW used to have. That was so good. I missed that.
They couldn't put the pyro out there because Kane's corporate now and Del Rio puts flags there. Don't want them catching them on fire.
Fair point. Sure. Michael Cole, boo. With Todd Kennel and a heli levels of enthusiasm, welcomes us to the show. It is the final pay-per-view stop on the way to WrestleMania. This is the Elimination Chamber. You are looking live at the Target Center, sold out in frigid Minneapolis.
She's a slut now.
14,101 WWE fans on hand. He doesn't call them universe. He calls them fans. I'm like, somebody call Vince. This man needs a slap.
Yeah, he's getting chastised in his head set for that. You called them fans, you prick.
As we determine the main event for WrestleMania, the crowd are on fucking fire. We are not in Denver anymore, Tax.
No, we are not. They are here. There's still signs, which is still nice at this time.
Yeah, in 2014. I love this crowd all fucking night. They are amazingly fun.
Best crowd of this of this pod so far. I know we've
Absolutely.
had out, as in throughout, obviously when Dragon comes out, the crowd comes alive, but throughout this, they played their part brilliantly and tried to really drive on this show.
Yeah, and I think the wrestlers step up as well. Before we get kind of too far into the show, I genuinely really enjoyed this pay-per-view.
Snap. I mean, there was.
I was waiting to see whether you would be like, "You're a fucking idiot," or to be like, "I totally agree." I'm glad you enjoyed it as well.
No, there were some elements of this, because this is the problem when you put, like we had with Armageddon in 1999, when you had all your top stars in the Hell in a Cell in the main event before Rikishi got thrown off into a farm wagon. You had an undercard match, an undercard show, which was actually quite enjoyable, even though there wasn't really much storylines going to this. But if we run down our match card, so if it's got Big E and Swagger for the IC belt, we've actually had a qualification match for this, so there's stakes. We like that. Old Eight Outlaws going against the Usos. We've seen them go at each other, so there's a story going to it. Titus and Darren Young are also here. I mean, Wyatt's and Shield, which we're going to get to, they've been building, which has been lovely. Big Dave and Bertie, they're there, and obviously the Chamber and the ladies' match.
Yeah,
because people need popcorn back in 2014 when they wouldn't let women wrestlers actually wrestle Emma and Summer Rae in a dance contest. As you look at, I thought of this very quickly because obviously we're going to get AJ Lee defend her belt later on in this card. How good would AJ Lee be now in this current crop of women's talent?
I wonder. I'm not too sure because she's obviously very talented and she's got a great character. But is she as athletically gifted as some of the women now? See, some of them are so fucking good.
The reason I brought it up, because I just go back to Rock's comment to Goldberg when, at the moment, AJ Lee is a big fish in a little bitty pond. But if she was now in the big leagues, she'd be a whale in a teardrop. But she wouldn't be that good.
I wonder. I'd like to see her have a run. I think she's probably still got it in her, but I don't think she's got any desire to. Anything I've ever heard, like her talk about whatever, has not been about pro wrestling, and it's been very negative about her time in WWE, which you can understand. It was just the end of this horrible "dance for me, you fucking whore" sort of level of pro wrestling. It's horrible.
Yeah, and she's got a great career as an author. She's got a pet dog, which everyone likes a pet dog. So, and why would you?
Her and Punk are married. They're probably minted,
Yeah, I was going to say, if you've made that much amount of money, and this is the thing that you always see with MMA fighters as well, how much money do you really need to put your body on the line? And I think this is the thing why, obviously from Punk's standpoint, why would you come back? What would you need to do to come back? Unless you're bankrupt and desperate for money, hi Ric Flair, why would you risk it? I mean, I know a lot of people are like, oh, it's a passion, but let's be honest. Like with anything, and it's the same thing as you probably found with bands, like with you with Iris, me with sort of STA and things like that. When it starts becoming too serious and you've got literally no free time, you've just got to go out and do gigs, and that's all it consumes your life, then it becomes a job, and it's like, now it's a job. Is it fun?
Sure, I get it. So our first match of the evening is WWE Intercontinental Championship match of Big E, our current champion, he seems to have lost his last name, versus Jack Swagger with casual racist Seb Coulter. Seb Coulter, sorry?
Awkward. Seb, I wonder what you're going to say today, Seb.
This promo, right? So they come out and Seb Coulter goes, "We're starting wrestling Big E. E stands for enough." And then Coulter, I think he just blames Big E for US immigration issues and then blames immigration on the cold weather in Minneapolis. I'm like, okay, so the gimmick was super racist, but it had some logic behind it because it was about people from other countries and stuff. This is a bit beyond convoluted. This is into the realms of just ridiculously stupid.
Hang on, are you... no, Rich, look at the logic. Mexicans, it's warm in Mexico. They don't like to be warm, so they're going to come here where it's cold and they can put on a jumper. Oh.
He implies because there is immigration, that's why it's cold in Minneapolis. And you're like, I'm not sure that's how this works, dude.
8 years later, Priti Patel tweets that about the England team.
I was going to say, I'm pretty sure this is what Donald Trump ran on last time, wasn't it?
Priti Patel, Marcus Rashford missed his penalty because it was cold, because it's his fault.
What's the term they've been using? Gesture politics. I'm like, oh, shut the fuck up. What does that mean?
I'll give you gesture politics, you Brexit Bible-bashing prick.
Yeah, fucking right.
Nothing wrong with people. Sorry, that was bad. If religion is not an issue with it, but if you're a fucking moron politician, no, that's not that isn't fair. But if you're a moron-ass politician who incites racism, you are a fucking moron.
Sure. I just keep my opinions to myself, right? So Big E looks absolutely fucking jacked here, mate. He looks so fucking big.
Strong, hard boy.
So the white leather on the squared off old Intercontinental belt. Like, I think I just came. It's so beautiful.
When Cody brought back the white leather, that was it for me, for that belt.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
See Big E lifting this belt up. I'm like, I forgot that belt was here. Look at it. It's so pretty.
But of course,
so
Vince McMahon,
known
racist, give the black man a white championship belt just so he knows his place.
Yeah. Fuck you. Is that what's that called? I've forgotten the term that idiots use on Twitter and stuff. Not moonlighting, but something like that.
Catfishing? No, I don't.
No.
I'm 37. I don't understand what this stuff is.
So one thing bugged me about the way this match is set up, apart from like the whole racist bullshit, was both lads are wearing black singlets. I was a bit like, really?
Talk to each other, lads. We see this later with Bertie and Big Dave.
Yeah. I mean, you're not going to mistake Big E for Jack Swagger and vice versa. But, you would have thought, gimmicks, wrestling, we don't all have to wear black singlets, you know what I mean? But whatever. The crowd are just fucking awesome in this match. They are absolutely alive, responding to everything. The wrestling is really fun, hot, power moves and spots. The commentary team are also here. Cole and Lawler at one point in this match are playing the game that is words that begin with the letter E. And you're like, I do this with my 3-year-old. What the fuck are you doing?
Big egg.
So stupid. I fucking hate this commentary team. They're awful.
And they're coming all the way to Mania.
God, does no one turn up for Mania? Surely JR must turn up for a main event or something.
I wonder if he turns up for... Yeah, I think he turns up for one of the matches.
I've got to know about this later, but there's a montage before the Chamber match.
Yes,
where
and
they
he's there.
Clip together. Yeah, they clip together loads of commentary bits, and there's a little clip of JR, and then you immediately hear Michael Cole either side of him, and you're like, okay, that's the issue. I remember. Fuck. So JBL tells us there is nothing wrong with a coach beating a player.
Everyone loves beating off players.
Yeah. Big E spears Swagger from the hardest part of the ring to the floor, gets a massive pop and a holy shit chant. Just what a cracking opener this is, man. I love it. We'll get into the finish in a second, but what do you think of the match?
Brilliant. Great opening match without needing to be cruiser. There's a story behind it. There's a title on the line. It almost looks like they both care about the belt, which is brilliant.
Yeah.
You've got
two guys that aren't massively over. Like Jack Swagger's gimmick's kind of over because we the people are like saying stuff along with wrestlers, you know what I mean? But he gets a little bit of face heat, but then Big E kind of does enough impressive shit to really get those face pops. It really works.
I mean, he's lost in the mix now, so we're not too far off heading to the New Day, are we? Because New Day have been together, 7 years? So we must be coming close to it for the gospel choir. Because again, Vince McMahon, you know what I see you three doing?
What is it about those three gentlemen that are the same tax? Why did they put them in a state? Yeah, exactly.
They love soul.
Yeah. A couple of Patriot lock attempts, reversals, bit of a messy moment where they kind of bump into each other, but they repeat the spot. Eventually, Big E hits the big ending, crowd chant along with the refs count. 1, 2, 3, big pop. Still your Intercontinental Champion, Big E. I absolutely loved this. Far from a technical masterpiece, but Hoss is Hoss, and I fucking love me some Hoss.
Big ending is a really good finisher. I like it. So simple, but so effective. Looks good, looks strong.
Yep. Nice safe bump to take. Front bump. Protect yourself. Love it.
Protect the champion. Carry on to Mania. I'd be interested, again, because I can't remember what he does at Mania. I have a horrible feeling it might be Andre Battle Royal, but we'll see.
Yeah. Wrestlers are here to work. Crowd are here to have fun. Love shows like this. Really, really great opener.
Yeah, can't fault it. Genuinely can't fault it. For the last 6 episodes, we've been like, Dragon's good. It's nice to actually have a good wrestling match. It's really, really fun.
As Big E is celebrating and Swagger is heading to the back, literally the moment the match finishes, I'm afraid I've got some bad news for you Americans.
Boom!
Barrett on his giant tower that is in the... it's up at this point, at least. Barrett puts over Mother Russia. You're like, what? Okay. And their European sporting supremacy. And I'm like, I think I've got some bad news for you, buddy boy.
How dare you? They did really well at curling that year. And also, they also encouraged their friends and families to go for a day trip to visit world-famous Salisbury Cathedral.
Sheffield, yeah?
No.
Salisbury?
Salisbury? It's Salisbury
Like
Cathedral.
No, I know. I fucked it up once in a fucking previous pod. Do you not remember?
No.
I can't remember what I said. I said off to somewhere and you went Salisbury and I was like, oh yeah.
I'm sorry.
It was in the intro for months, dude.
Do you think I listened to this back?
Bloody should. I almost exclusively listen to our podcast. You should subscribe and give us money. Buy a t-shirt, whatawrestlingpodcast.com or amazon.co.uk.
Make sure you like and subscribe on your podcast app of choice.
Definitely. Commentary to camera. I'll say that again. Commentary to a piece to camera, putting over Dragon. I'm like, ooh, of note, this point should be. Putting over Dragon strong early.
So he's not going over then, is he?
Oh, well. His 2 matches on Raw. Kane hurt him because he's boring now or something, blah, 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 blah. Few SmackDown highlights. Dragon getting fucked up, essentially, is the point they're going into this story with, which is kind of fun.
Injury angle. At least they're carrying it through.
Yeah, absolutely. Byron Saxton backstage with the hero of our story himself. Instant yes chance from Minneapolis. Love this crowd. Dragon says he does all out all the time. Good Christian boy. Got to pull out.
Hang on, he's not Christian till the main event.
Oh, you ruined it.
That's what she said when he pulled out.
Dragon cuts an impassioned promo and into the yes chant. The crowd are totally into it. It's great fun. Oh, you didn't know? Da 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 da. You better call somebody about my career. A WWE tag team title match of the Old Age Outlaws, Billy Gunn and the Road Dogg, the current champions in 2014, still, versus the Usos of Jimmy and Jay. So the first note I have here is there better be a motherfucking title change. 1, 2, roll up. Let's go. 1, 2, 3.
Nice hacker to start with, which 50% of the Usos know.
They're Samoan, right?
Yeah, I believe that's the gimmick they have, yes.
Yeah, I think there's another term for what they do rather than a hacker, because I think that's New Zealand, but it's a similar name, if not hacker itself, but whatever, it doesn't matter. It's... I'm not a big fan of hyper Uso native guys, you know what I mean? I much prefer cool guy Uso jeans and t-shirts sort of thing. But you can see the potential even at this point in their careers.
You can see again what Vince has done. Samoan tag team, can I put a spear through your nose? No, we're not the head shrinkers, Vince. Well, I'll tell you what we'll do. Instead of letting you have the cool guy attitude that I know you are backstage, what I'll do is I'll basically make you be a bit like your dad, a bit like Afa, a bit like the head shrinkers, and you've got to do this tribal dance at the beginning just to let people know that you're not from these shores.
You got to eat the ice cream to get to the stick, Tax.
Very true. Where's CM Punk's ice cream bars?
Fucking A. So sing along with the old guys routine, you know, the heels, but everyone sings the lines with them and goes, suck it, with Billy Gunn, getting some big old face pops. It's a bit silly, that.
I like the fact that between now and AEW, he hasn't aged a bit.
Poor Billy Gunn.
Yeah.
Does look the same, actually, now you say it.
Absolutely jacked. Same bleach blonde hairline, which is fine. And absolutely ripped.
Yeah. He's... They've been terrible over the past 4 or 5 weeks. I'm going to say it, I didn't hate this match.
Again, passable, low card, tag team fodder. Fun spots, classic outlaw bits in there to get the nostalgia pop. And this is the thing I've started realising, like, when the Outlaws are in the ring, I don't mind it. It's all the shit on commentary. If they're in singles matches, it's dull. But if they're actually in a tag team, I can take it. I'm not overly fussed.
There's a spot that I didn't even write down, but I've still remembered until this point. My memory's trash, remember that. Where Road Dogg tags in and goes, "He's such an idiot," then headbutts one of the Usos, who no-sells it because, the Samoan gimmick thing. And it's like, sells his head like crazy. And it's just that silliness of like the stupid heel calling someone stupid and then doing something stupid. That's brilliant. I love that sort of shit in pro wrestling.
And again, trying to establish themselves as the heel team when they got over with a face pop at the beginning.
Yeah, absolutely. Did you notice the big orange sign opposite the hard cam during this match?
Oh, I didn't know.
It just says, "I love my cat, meow meow." It popped me so much. They held it up throughout the entire match. I was like, this is dedication. They really love that cat.
Oh, I loved my cat. He was a good lad.
Me too.
Although I did think the other day,
sad. I miss my cat, you bastard.
Have I told you that we've had an imposter in my home?
Tell me about your imposter.
A couple of weeks ago, well, we've been having even when my cat was alive, we had a visitor cat, which my cat did not take lightly to, who we named
in the new house.
Yeah, which we named White Boots, being the fact he has white paws and a big furry coat.
Not Black Boot, you big racist bastard.
I love the irony. Let's call him Black Boots from now on. But White Boots with his white cloak and pointy hat turned up. That we call him KK Cat.
Grandmaster. Grandmaster Cat. Yeah, fucking great.
Grandmaster Cat was in the garden a lot of time before Taffy departed us. And then the other day, I was just
Taffy a bit more innocent than Grandmaster Cat in the corner sitting there Zeke-Eiling, Fucking dickhead cat. Get out of my garden, you racist. No, I fucking like it.
I love my cat. Meow meow. But I was stood here at work and I started hearing meowing and I thought, I'm having a stroke. I can hear my cat. And I walked into my kitchen and the fucking brazen cat, White Boots, was just like in the kitchen looking around. It's like, oh, I see. He was like, your cat dead now? I live here now.
Do you want to come to a meeting?
Yeah. I've got a flyer. Do you want to look at my flyer? And then, like the other day, I'm stood here working. Sometimes when you notice if someone's like watching you, and all of a sudden you're like, someone's watching me, and you turn around.
Sure.
I was in my little office
that aren't talked about. Yeah.
I was in my office, like I smell racism, and I turned around, and Grandmaster Cat was stood right behind me again, meowing away. I was like, bloody imposter cat, bloody hell, White Boots,
cheeky bastard. Yeah, sure. So have you got cat flaps in the house then? Is that how he's getting in?
No, it's a hot day, so I left the back door open.
Right. Okay,
so obviously, like any good animal lover, I picked him up and punted him like Ike from South Park, going, "Get the fuck out of my house! You're not my real cat.
Don't kick that baby." So during this match, I actually started to quite enjoy it as much as it's not, again, a technical masterpiece. Just the heel face dynamic made it really, really fun to me. I'm literally doing everything I can to try and block out the commentary because I'm like, you're ruining this for me. They just never shut up. They don't even talk about the story taking place in the ring at like any point in the match. There's big CM Punk chants during this match. Hot tags all around. Big dive to the outside from an Uso. Road Dogg lands like, how would you describe it? Forehead to forehead almost?
A double noggin knocker.
Yeah, on a dive through the top and middle rope to the outside. Like, it's got a sting in it.
Or if it was Excalibur, Tope Suicida.
Exactly. Like, it's to the point where Road Dogg, you can audibly hear him on camera going, "Are you all right?" As they do it. Ah, you poor bastard. Super kick, bit of bullshit. Billy Gunn rolls up Jimmy Uso. Oh no, 1, 2, 3. And still the tag champs, the Old Age Outlaws.
And they go put over on commentary, experience over youth.
Half decent match. Usos can take a hell of a bump.
Still can.
Yep.
Especially
absolutely.
if one's at a bar.
Knew it was coming. Didn't know how to sell it.
I'm loving the reports of like we could punish him, but we've also got this actual long-term storyline with The Rock. So people say we should do long-term storytelling, so we're not going to ask the poor chap to go and seek professional assistance.
Yeah, I hope he gets the help he needs and stops doing the stupid shit, because we all know it's dangerous. And
and he's a talented boy, really talented boy.
Yeah, him and his brother, they've always been so good. Even again in 2014, when they're still kind of getting going, you can see the potential and how good they are. And I was always impressed that they got in such good shape, because here they do look a bit on the chubby side, you know what I mean? And you can tell they've put the real work into this, and the story with Roman and everything else, and the new developed characters and the feuds with the New Day. Like, that was some of the stuff that kept me watching over the years, you know, while everything else was fucking terrible at times.
When they had that triple threat at
good.
Mania in the PC, WrestleMania 36, when it was one Uso, was it Johnny Parkour and Kofi?
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't
the
it? They
match
did their
one.
triple threat, yeah. When like Uso with no fans is still putting himself through a ladder. It's like these chaps get, and this is the thing as well. Like Jey Uso, at the start of this year, running through this Roman storyline. What a fantastic character! Like a MVP of SmackDown. I mean, Roman is head and shoulders above everything else, but Jey Uso is next in line for how important that SmackDown brand's been.
Absolutely. I'm hoping that he can get some sort of run out of it, but I don't know how they do that with Roman at the top unless you turn him fully face, or Roman, you know, fully heals out on them at some point. Like, you'd like to think the redemption story is there for Jey, but I don't really know if they're committed to do it, you know?
I hope it doesn't go down the direction that we got for WrestleMania 25 with Hardy versus Hardy, although that would be a fantastic series to cover, because that was also when they had the rumour that Christian was coming back and he ran over Jeff Hardy back at WrestleMania 25. It's like, oh, amazing. Love a run over storyline.
I did it for The Rock. I really think that they're going to go down the route of just, we've got Roman over as this top heel. Let's bring in The Rock, let's bring in Cena, let's bring in Lesnar, let's bring in Goldberg, just because those are going to draw numbers, and they're going to get this whole storyline with Jey is going to start to fade into the background a bit, and he's just going to be the lackey, and they're not going to really pull the trigger like I think they should. They should Mikey Whipwreck this. They really, really should.
Big time. The problem is, though, where they've spent so long with the Usos as a tag team, they're not going to have him go on Fox, and if they moved him after this storyline is to Raw as a singles guy, they wouldn't have him anywhere near the main event, which is a real shame.
Yeah, I'm interested to see if they lose the deal with Fox, or if somehow Raw gets a more important deal, or USA go, look, you need to focus on our show more, on what's going to happen with Raw over the years, because SmackDown's obviously been a priority for them, because Raw has been pretty bad. Stuff's starting to get better, it feels like. So I'm hoping that we can get some positive stuff happening on throughout the whole company, because nothing breeds good wrestling like competition, and AEW are head and shoulders above for me at the moment. So I'm just hoping they can do something more.
I'll be happy to see now, because I genuinely, and I know I've said this on previous pods, I'm a firm believer that WWE have held back on anything interesting when they've been in the Thunderdome. I really think that as they're going to start touring, this is where they're going to come into their own. We're heading into SummerSlam season, so we're going to have good storylines, surprise returns, and yes, it's not ideal for our talent who's on the card at the moment, but here's the problem, and again, largely down to the writers, largely down to Vince, but the fact of the matter is that if you have to get people come in to pop a rating, it means that something's not right with the talent they've got to either have the balls to go and take a chance and go out with a live microphone and shoot their shot, basically, or people just aren't interested and they only want nostalgia pops.
Yeah, I think Vince is so set on nostalgia pops, because even prior to the pandemic, for me, it's been maybe 10, 15 years of like, okay, can we book a good long term story now? Like, and I know there is some long term story booking there, but there's not a great deal I really want to latch onto. Even this story we're doing now, the reason we started going back on it is that we're big fans of Brian Danielson, American Dragon, whatever. And we want to see how they told this story. And I think this is the show where they start to turn a corner for sure. And we'll get to that down the line. But it's been quite a lot of, okay, can we start to tell the story now, please? And I feel like they made a lot of mistakes on the way.
Well, especially as they're trying to position at this moment in time, still in the back of my mind. I'm still 50-50 of, was Dragon the plan all along, or is he only here because Punk left? Because this whole setup leading up to Chamber and SmackDown as well, we're heading towards WrestleMania, and the most likely feud at this time is Kane versus Dragon at WrestleMania. That's what they look like they're pitching. Because 100%. They were going for Punk Kane at some point here, and then Punk Triple H at Mania, and Dragon versus Sheamus. But now I wonder if they're like, okay, we'll go for Kane versus Dragon at Mania, and then they see what happens later in Bertie and Dave, and maybe change their mind.
Maybe so. I think, well, let's go through it and we'll see. So, post-match, Usos are heading to the back, and Barrett is back again. He's come down to our level to deliver some bad news to Daniel Bryan. What's happened, Tax?
I believe there's been a malfunction at the junction, Rich.
His giant podium is no longer working. That's what she said.
We pull out.
So yeah, this is the night where his podium that raises up on the forklift or whatever just doesn't work, and so it's just down at eye level.
That's because they had to unplug that and plug in Wyatt's fake lamp.
Sure. So this is the second match in a row where Barrett's doing his little promo. I've got some bad news. So we're just flogging this dead horse right into the ground, yeah?
But it was getting him over. People were starting to find it funny, and he had merch.
Doing it once a night was getting him over. If you do it this often after every single match, eventually you're going to run it into the ground. Like, this is too much.
And then he got his little flashy logo on the screen as well. Lovely.
It didn't last long though, did it? So, see? Commentary doing a piece to camera again. Lawler and JBL show the WWE Network on their devices.
This is so funny. How did King get a pre-release version of the bloody network? And if King, what are you watching here? Oh, Turtle Divas? I mean, wait, what?
They are being very careful not to show their internet histories this time. Fans are chanting CM Punk. Cole tells us to get your mobile device and plug it into your home television so you can watch the WWE Network. Like, is this how technology works?
I take this cable and I plug it into this cable and it is on the telly box.
iPhone go into TV. Work. Yeah.
I hear something called airplays. Aeroplays? Aeroplanes. I use aeroplanes on my Apple phones and then and I transport it with magic to the telly box.
So this show is starting to fly by compared to the rest of the Raws. I'm really enjoying it by this point. But Tax, it's time for the feud of the year of Darren Young versus Titus O'Neil. So most of this backstory, the events of this feud have been on SmackDown. So as far as I understand, they were in a tag, millions of dollars, never really got over. Apart from, they had a few moments, but yeah, never really got over. And so Titus went, you're a loser, and beat up Darren Young. That's pretty much the story, right?
Exactly. And I wonder why Vince got him to beat up Darren Young.
This match is unnecessarily stiff.
Basically, these two lads who get on very well behind the scenes and good friends behind the scenes. This is the sort of thing where you'd see like Generico and Steen go at it, and they're like, let's just beat the shit out of each other for 20 minutes, except these guys were given 6 and a few botchy bits. But they went at it, didn't they? They didn't hold anything back. I think they were like, right, we can't fuck this up. We're both relatively young in our WWE career, so we can't be seen to be fluffing our punches or our kicks. Let's just lay everything in and worry about it later.
The thing they seem to have forgotten is that you're meant to tell a story in wrestling and not just beat the shit out of each other for the sake of beating the shit out of each other.
You mean ECW?
Oh, yeah, kinda. But comparing this to ECW makes me very sad because this is shit. And
Who would have thought, though, in 2014 that Darren Young would be a relatively good mid-carder in New Japan Pro Wrestling?
Yeah, he's killing it. You can see that he has technical ability. The character, though, the hesitation, what is he? He's just a guy who wears trunks that has a funky haircut.
He has no days off.
What does that even mean?
He goes to work every day.
Yeah, I really think they should have played into the millions of dollars thing because that started to go over. They just never played into it enough, you know.
Christian apparently outworks everyone, but he can't outwork Darren Young because he literally has no days off. Or he works half an hour and then goes to bed.
So there's a bit in this match where Titus Neal puts Darren Young into abdominal stretch, easy for me to say, and Titus just slaps the shit out of Darren Young's nipples. I'm like, why? Why are you slapping his nipples?
He likes it like that.
So, nipple slapper Titus O'Neil.
Hurrah, hurrah, hurrah.
The crowd do a little "We Want Ziggler" chant, but most have gone for a piss or to grab a pint at this point. Sit out spine buster with almost no build at all because wrestling. It's called the Clash of the Titus, which is an awful pun name for a move. 1, 2, 3.
I liked it because it gave him something outside of, tripping under the ring in Saudi. This is his best moment.
Dude. Apart from the fact that Titus sounds a bit like Titans, what's it got to do with the move or him or anything?
Remember that great Super Bowl Sunday film you always watch, Remember the Titus?
So nipple slapper Titus O'Neil wins for the 1, 2, 3, and the winner is really absolutely fucking nobody because this is awful.
And
I
at
suspect
this stage,
this is the end we'll see of this for WrestleMania. I doubt these guys will be on Raw or SmackDown this week.
So before taking cable providers' money out, there's a 10 million buy rate here, regardless of what's on the gate. Titus and Darren Young have just worked 6 minutes and they're getting a pay-per-view payday. You can't fault that.
What do you mean?
They've worked 6 minutes and they're going to probably make more money than than like
So
a lot of people do. Oh yeah, definitely happy
money.
for them. Yeah. And
how do you feel about how entertaining their match was for you as a viewer?
I mean, I enjoyed nipple twists, so I found it quite fun.
Barrett's pole has stopped working. Obviously banged his gavel a bit too often, it would seem. It's got a bit sore. Barrett buries Minnesota's electricians because, his pole stopped working. Barrett randomly buries Hogan as well. And I'm like, okay, I'm on side. Let's go. I mean, why not?
It's all he deserved.
Weird promo, this. I didn't understand this one. The last two were kind of funny. This one, I was like, wait, what? Why are you burying Hogan suddenly?
Because Hogan's the host. They announced him as the host of
is he?
WrestleMania 30, yeah.
Oh, wow, okay. This one too. He did such a good job on that one. He must have... then I'm just going to move on. Elimination Chamber kickoff panel again for some fucking reason. Josh Matthews, Mark Henry, Miz, and Rey Mysterio. The Rose Boys beat Rybacksel on the pre-show, and Larry the Axe Hennig was at ringside. That's 10 up for the books.
Yeah, good to see a talented wrestler out of those 5.
I like Cody.
I mean, fairness, that's unfair to the Rhodes Boys. They are both very, very good.
Sure. Oh, here we go. It's time for the Wyatts versus Sparkle, Horticultural, Illogical, Elephantitis, Ladylike, Dick Ticklers. It's the Shield.
Banner.
It's fucking great. I love their entrance, man.
Still don't really understand why Seth Rollins still needs to he'd never find his keys in that bodysuit. Oh fuck, where did I put them? I've got 73 pockets. Where did I put my locker key?
Yeah, the tech vests or whatever there.
That's the one. Yeah, tactical vests. Yeah.
Bit silly, and honestly, it ruined Roman's career wearing that fucking thing for like 3-4 years, however long it was.
Can you imagine this? Roman, we'd like you to main event WrestleMania with The Undertaker. Brilliant. You're going to have to wear this paintball outfit. What?
I loved that when people would chop it, he would sell. I'm like, oh, why? It makes no sense.
At least D'Lo Brown sold as well. Oh, that's it. Maybe
Yeah,
it's a hat tip to D'Lo Brown.
But D'Lo Brown had the torn pectoral muscles. He had a reason to wear it, you know?
Well, of course you're going to tear your pecs if you keep spinning your head and neck like that. None of those muscles. It's all connected. No wonder it's always torn.
The greatest European champion of all time, Dax.
I think that's Italy.
Yeah, sure. Bastards. So, video package starts on Reigns breaking the grip of Cena while in the STFU. Remember that moment. Great video package here. The Shield are teasing dissension. Let's see if this match lives up to the hype. It's a 6-man tag team match of the Shield, Dean Ambrose, Roman Reigns, and Seth Rollins versus the Wyatt family, Bray Wyatt, Eric Rowan, and Luke Harper.
All right, Jonathan Ross. Eric Rowan.
I'm tired. Leave me alone.
I know, I'm sorry.
Reigns is a wet boy.
Do you remember? I don't know if you ever listened to the Art of Wrestling podcast where they did like the follow-up one with Punk, where most of the questions he got was, why are the Shield always so wet?
They are. They're very wet in this one. It's like drippingly wet. Like he's emptied not just a small bottle of water, he's emptied like half the fucking arena's worth of water on him, it seems like.
Basically, you know, like a swimming pools where you have to walk through that little shower spray on your feet before you get in case you're like carrying mucky stuff with you. Well, basically, The Shield got that wrong. Like, oh, we've heard there's a lot of MRSA or MRSA in that ring. Let's walk through here. And they just walk through a full shower, hazmat style. Right, let's wrestle.
They've had a quick bukkake before they've gone to the ring, you know?
Yes.
We're here. On the entrance, Bray blows his LED out before even blowing on it. And I'm like, oh, impressive. Magic.
He's got skills, that boy.
He goes to blow it out and it goes out and he goes, oh, yeah, fine. Just kind of covers it up. It's really funny.
Shit, run!
Before the Wyatts have got to the ring, instant this is awesome chants from the crowd. Everyone's really, really invested in this. They all face off in the ring. Ambrose starts to go a bit rogue. Bray calls Ambrose the errand boy of the group. And I'm like, oh, such good terminology. Which goes, and then the crowd are like, let's go Wyatts, let's go Shield. Ambrose gets the party started early.
Because he's the lunatic fringe.
Absolutely.
Sounds like a hairdresser.
It does. Sounds like a kind of middle-aged woman high street chain hairdresser, you know. Oh, we're lunatics in here.
I'm pretty sure there's one in Canterbury on the corner called the Lunatic Fringe on St Margaret Street. So
I'll have a look out for it next time. Take a photo for the Insta.
I mean, as imagine, I don't really haven't had the need to go to a hairdresser for 15 years, so I don't think it's really something I keep an eye on.
Get your beard trimmed, that'd be all right.
And I do at a very highly established farm shop.
Ooh,
with a beard
you
cabin.
Are middle class, and yeah.
Love it.
So the Shield get the early advantage and knock the Wyatts out the ring. Big pop, and we're like, oh, someone's got the advantage early. Really nice way to start this match, I thought.
It's what you need. This wasn't going to be okay, let's face off, arm drag, headlock, test of strength. The way they started this, the crowd were hot and they just wanted... In fairness, there was very little slowing down in this match. It was, like, for 20 odd minutes, this was all guns blazing, action throughout. There was very little time to take a breath, which was great because 22 minutes just flew by in this whole match. It was so good. I really enjoyed this.
I really wondered how this match was going to be because I remember watching it the first time and really enjoying it. And people talk about Shield Wyatts as one of the kind of misgotten feuds that should have been stretched out and told over years. You know what I mean? Like, it should have been one of these great feuds that never really ended up being that way. And this is really our one, here's their showpiece sort of matches that gets talked about quite often. And going into it, I was feeling a bit critical of it because the build, honestly, it's had its good moments, like some really cool crowd pop moments, but the story has been These guys are kind of turning face in the Shield, but they've been heels up until now. And they're kind of working through the Authority, so they're kind of heels still against this very heel stable of the Wyatts, who are kind of over, which is kind of a convoluted thing, and they've not really had much of a backstory leading into this. They created such an amazing dynamic in this match, in that it's not just one guy gets beaten down, here's a hot tag, here's a bunch of finishes, here's the finish. They told this incredible story of both teams are willing to cheat because they're both kind of tweening a little bit. The Shield aggression and speed versus the Wyatts like brutality and their power. And then like you get these moments of Bray and Roman tagging into the ring and they both stop and they take their time and the dynamic changes to this your champion versus my champion. And the overall arcing story of the match is not just someone gets beaten down, etc., etc. They all have their moments and everything as the match goes on. But the Wyatts take out Ambrose for like the first third of the match. They really beat him down. And then the Wyatts beat up Seth for the next third of the match, leaving this dynamic of just like, oh, we can get Roman on his own and all three of us can beat the shit out of him. It's such a good story. It's the kind of thing that Bret Hart would come up with, you know?
Real good like tag team logic in it as well. And I was going to say, like, back to how the storyline started, I like the simplistic approach of genuinely, like when we covered the Raw where it was the 6-man and the 3 winners would go into the chamber, Wyatt's cost Shield a chance to go into the chamber. So instantly there's beef. They didn't forget it. I obviously know there's something bubbling elsewhere, but for the one and done and the psychology in this match, like as you said, without too much of a build, and I didn't mind it because I thought the build was good because the want to see these 6 men together was great. But the storytelling in this match did more than we've seen on 6 weeks of TV. Just in 20 minutes, it isn't a masterpiece, and it's far from it. But from a logical start, middle, end, it ticks all the boxes to be a very good, thoroughly well thought out wrestling match.
Absolutely, man. And to be different than a normal kind of wrestling story in a match, and to tell it all within a match, and just to have them pull the trigger really quickly and be like, look, these guys have got a problem with each other, let's have a match. Not spend a year trying to waste the story and make it too convoluted. Like, it's a nice change. It really, really works here for me.
I also feel, and I said this last week, and I'm going to go back and correct myself. I said last week that they should have waited and built this out to Mania. I think this would have got lost in the mix at Mania. I think maybe being here as that showcase one and done match, because you know what would happen after Mania 30. There'll be Backlash where we'll have the same matches again and they won't be able to top it. I think the fact that we got one and done of this match, it just signs off everything. It's the same thing as like TV series where you wish sometimes like writers and producers would just leave it as one and done, like the first series of Heroes. Had they just left it like that, it would have been a masterpiece. I know it would have been impossible to do it, but had the first series of Lost ended when they found the hatch and they'd just gone, right, we're done. What's in the hatch? rather than Desmond being in there. You know, it's
I know you're not a film guy, but Coen brothers tend to, like, instead of telling like beginning, middle, end of a story, which they do with some of their films, they tend to take like a chunk of time and just tell that story. And so there is no beginning, there is no end, it's just a middle. And I really like that sometimes. Sometimes it can be massively infuriating because you have no satisfaction. But just to take a chunk of a story and to tell it, I think it's really, really fun sometimes. It's a nice change.
Especially to tell it well. And this is what this match was. It was told
absolutely
well from start to finish. And, you know, even Rowan being the least experienced of all these people didn't look out of place. I know we've seen him look out of place in Wyatt tags. We see him later look out of place in Bludgeon Brothers as a wine connoisseur, as Dragon's like heater. You know, But he really came into his own in this match. Really, really good.
How good is it to see 3 guys that aren't all veterans? None of them are vets here. They're all relatively new established characters, all giving each other stuff in the match, all giving each other stuff in the finish, and not needing a vet to help them make money, basically. Like, this is 6 guys telling their own story of their own accord with almost fuck all build. It's like, can they not see how well this works and not just do a bit more of it, you know?
I wonder who was in charge with booking this match. I wonder who the producer was. Because I'm pretty sure they had some producers back in 2014 working behind the scenes, but I wonder if Triple H at this stage just said, I know all these guys from NXT. Because in fairness, like, you look at the roster, so we've got Big E on here. Titus came, I suppose Titus and Darren Young were in it. But look at this card. The majority of this match, these 6 people, they're all NXT only. You know, I know we've got Tyler Black in Ring of Honor and Ambrose and Mox in CZ Dub. Brody was doing all right in things like what was it called? Like Independent Wrestling Cartel and Pro Wrestling Guerrilla as well, wasn't he? Because he was PWG as well, wasn't he? Brody part of it.
I think he might have been. But he was really a Shikara guy. Had a bunch of good feuds there,
but never at this level. And to be able to go out and do this, brilliant. I suspect they've been working quite a lot of house shows together at this stage as well.
Yeah, maybe like individual matches and stuff like that, because they definitely were so good working together and so willing. Like, just to name off a couple of the spots, I won't go through the whole thing, but like Seth getting thrown off the top rope, doing a backflip and landing on his feet. Like, excuse me, what? He got thrown across half the way across the fucking ring. There's a moment where Seth's selling, getting beaten down, taking his heat in that section. He kind of comes up, and as a comeback spot, he just slaps Brody. Brody no-sells it and stiffs him back, and you're like, oh, that's fucking awesome. Like, seriously, moments like that, it's like, oh, it's just so much good stuff.
Brody's doing his usual thing of slapping Rowan as he whipped him in.
Fucking A. I love that they've adopted that kind of, like, I will take a little bit more control of you, like, as my slightly more insane bigger brother almost, you know? It's really, really fun. There's a bit where Ambrose comes in to break up a pinfall and Brody fucking decapitates him with a big boot and the sell by Mox. Oh my God. He flops around like a fish, like he's dead. It's so good, man. Obviously, Roman gets the big pop of the House of Fire, the hot tag, which leads to Harper and Seth doing lucha on each other. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Like, think about how big Brody is. He's doing tope con helos and stuff to the outside. You're like, fuck, so good. Big double down off double lariats, massive "this is awesome" chance.
This is before Roman pulled out his magnesium wanking glove, wasn't it? To get ready to do his Superman punch.
Yeah, sure. I love the little teasers around the Shield powerbomb through the table, which eventually leads to the Wyatts giving the double chokeslam with the 2 big guys. Is it Seth who goes through the table?
Seth is dropped. He's not chokeslammed. He's lifted up and gently dropped through the Spanish announce table.
But do you notice how the Spanish announce table didn't go kind of clunk and then fall to the ground? It just completely gave way. So Seth practically took a flat back bump of about 9 foot. You're like, oh, like straight out of the concrete. Jesus Christ, the wind came out of me just watching it, man.
Ricardo Rodriguez pulled out the pin of the Spanish announce table too early and the whole thing collapsed. That's why Del Rio fired you.
Yeah, fucking hell. Well, so basically, it breaks down to all 3 of the Wyatts are there surrounding only Roman in the ring. A really nice reversal of fortune of how the Shield used to surround guys in the ring. Oh, such a lovely moment. The Wyatts beat up Roman. The story of the match is just incredible at this point. Sister Abigail, nope, Roman powers out, just like the clip from John Cena breaking his grip. What a callback. What a moment. To be rewarded for paying attention and remembering that moment like a month ago. Oh,
and no one watches
so
Raw.
much.
No one watches Raw, so it's amazing. You got it.
Oh, it's fucking great, man. Superman punches for everyone. Ooh-ah! Popped me for the first time in years seeing him do it. Just be like, go on, you can do it, son. Spear for Harper. But Bray takes advantage with a flying back elbow. Looks fucking awesome to Roman. Bray hits the Sister Abigail. Nice clean finish. 1, 2, 3. Winners of the Wyatt family. Easy 5 stars. Fucking brilliant.
And again, continuation of the story. So obviously, Shield have been doing this one-upsmanship between Mox and Reigns. Roman's just taken the clean pin. So where do we go next? Who is to blame for this? Is Roman going to complain that he was left by himself to fight by himself? Wyatt's looking incredibly strong.
Like the story of getting to the point of Roman being isolated like that, so he looks super fucking strong, almost gets the win just to be taken out of that last second with a clean finish like that. Oh, just sets up so much for the future. They told it so well without any bullshit, you know. It's perfect match, man. Really, really fun. I'm so happy it blew away my expectations.
I'd go as far as saying this is probably the best 20 minutes of wrestling we've watched on this pod in a very, very long time.
Don't know, we had shark matches previously.
He's not a shark.
A big bubba.
He's a man. Oh, and the sock full of coins. Well, yes, that is true. That is on this level.
Definitely. Anything else you want to say about this, or should we move on?
Go and watch it on the network. Elimination Chamber 2014. As long as you're not watching it on Peacock, you'll be able to skip just to this match. Watch it. It's delightful. You thank us later. Enjoy 22 minutes of beautiful professional wrestling.
Absolutely. If doing this run of shows is going to be a bit as tedious as it has been for the past 6 weeks, this show was worth it, man. Like this match, was worth it. To watch this back without kind of like, you know, too much, with a bit of the backstory involved, you know. It's it was really fucking good. I don't know what I'm trying to say. Let's move on.
So we're over halfway through the card, and we've had great opener with Big E and Swagger. An unoffensive tag match between the Outlaws and the Usos. Titus and Darren Young are here, and this amazing six-man. So far, and again, even then, like because they were stiffing the shit out of each other, I didn't dislike it. Obviously, it wasn't something I'd go, I know what I'm going to go back and watch. All the Darren Young matches. But
his nipples get slapped off again. Yeah.
But it set the tone, lowered the crowd, simmered them down, ready for this Wyatt match.
I think you meant to say it had lowered the tone, but okay, like I'm joking. It's fine. Yeah, sure. Yeah, I get what you're saying. If it was like Suzuki and Ishii or something, I'd be all over it, but it's not.
We probably, and obviously, and when I'm booking the match card, I'd go, after what we've got like backstage, all the stuff after this, I'm probably going to need a let me down match. So we'll see where we get there in a second.
So quick interview with Christian backstage. He's a heel, acting more of a heel. There's a bit where Christian goes, I don't count the losses I've taken recently. And I'm like, can you do that, Joey?
That's almost like that former NXT wrestler when they said, didn't you just lose to this person? And this person said, so name of wrestler, doesn't recall that happening. It's like just completely no selling it. Love it. Not him though.
Let's line it up, line it up, line it up, line it to the. Let's line it up. It's a WWE Divas title match of AJ Lee with Tamina Snuka
defending the Jizz belt.
AJ Lee's the champion versus Naomi ? Well, you'll be glad to hear. Tax. AJ Lee heads to the ring. AJ Lee, Bret Hart's the Divas belt. She gets there. Do you notice this? She kissed it goodbye almost. I was like, is she gonna drop the belt? Because I don't think she sticks around too much longer. And I did get worried that she was gonna drop it because this is what Bret always does. I don't know if I'm spoiling anything here, but when Bret Hart's gonna lose a belt, he kisses it before the match.
Because he wants to give it germs.
Sure. But he kisses the belt goodbye every time before he loses it. Do you never notice this, or is it just me?
Never noticed. You always see the picture of him kissing the IC belt with this like pink shades on, kissing the belt and handing it to the referee. That's like an iconic like Bret image in my head now, just thinking about it. But I'd never associate it with him losing the belt.
I've never seen him kiss the belt and then retain it. Maybe
he always lost the belt.
I'm thinking like, wait, how many times have I seen Bret retain a belt? This is not very often. Because every match like of like my childhood and stuff is him losing the belts or him winning the belt, like, you know, WrestleMania and stuff. And then Bulldog, he loses it. I'm trying to think of a match where Bret just retained. It's very rare.
Bret loses to Yoko, kiss the belt.
Yeah. What about Piper at WrestleMania 6, I want to say?
8.
8? Does he kiss it then? Because he retains it against Piper, doesn't he? Because they have the cool sleeper over the turnbuckle finish.
Yes, I don't recall.
I'm gonna go back and watch it and see if he kisses the belt, because I swear to God, Brett just kisses the belt when he's going to lose it before the match. I don't know. Who cares?
And you've put a lot more thought into this than whoever booked this match.
Yeah. AJ Lee promo.
Go ahead.
AJ Lee promo. Longest reigning Divas champ of all time. Nothing to write home about.
Hang on. Did you catch the number of days? She said.
Nope.
Right. I think she said at this stage, I've held this title for 268 days. And later on commentary, Cole goes, yep, AJ's held the belt for 253 days. He's
Nice.
downplayed her 15 days.
It's got his notes from last week, you know. AJ doesn't know who she's defending the belt against.
We should mention Tamina is her heater at the moment as well. She's at ringside with AJ.
I mentioned that. I mentioned it earlier, motherfucker.
Did you? You have said your memory is shit.
Let's go back, rewind it.
Classic Wayne's World stuff there. See, I know film.
Fucking A. There you go. I'm glad you got that one. That was awesome. That's our new gimmick, by the way. We could do that often. That's good. I like that. Swing. I'm going to be serious, Garth. Okay, can I still be Garth?
Party on, Rich. Party on, Tax.
AJ doesn't know who she's defending the belt against, as Naomi broke her face, so isn't here to compete.
As a quick side note as well, if you say AJ Lee's name, like the Wyatts, it sounds like AJ Lee.
That's very silly. So, here comes Cameron.
Yeah. Funk is on a roll, watching Alicia Fox and Melina. Funk is on a roll. She's the talented one. Funk is on a roll. Do the splits and pin someone on their tummy. It's Cameron. Ariane Andrews, a multi-platinum recording artist.
Fucking hell. Cameron gets some serious heat by throwing a pom-pom at AJ pre-match, and AJ goes, what? Special, isn't it?
AJ loves to sell for incompetent. It was, in fairness, AJ did this a lot. She really didn't play well with others, not on her level, did she?
Yeah, fucking A. Yeah. Understandably. Imagine being booked in this division as the champion right now. You'd be like, I think it's all a bit beneath me. I mean, just get paid to do it, you know, it's not the end of the world, but
years from now,
great.
Woods and Maddox will be kissing the belt in their own way.
So AJ Lee in her mini Samoa Joe shorts tonight, half black, half blue. Notice that?
AJ's gonna kill you. AJ bumps like a champ in this, to be fair.
Yeah, and Cameron doesn't.
No, she fucking doesn't.
She is not ready for pay-per-view, like not even closely ready for pay-per-view. This is pretty fucking bad. Oh,
even like, right, so the classic diva spot where they run at each other in the middle of the ring, grab the hair and does like the face slam into the mat. Mm-hmm. Cameron missed the hair.
Yep.
Oh, ouchie.
Didn't even do a fucking cartwheel spring back elbow like they're always meant to do, you know?
Hey, Tax does that Arabian handspring.
Of course. Inspired by the great Lita and Trish and Terry Reynolds and whatever other female wrestlers did.
I remember saying to Coach Wicked that I really wanted to, try and recreate the Alicia Fox versus Melina match.
Oh, I love it.
But I couldn't do the split, so I had to leave it for Conroy.
So, the finish here. So they get to the outside. Tamina just super kicks AJ Lee. Like, to clarify, she doesn't try to kick Cameron, and then Cameron moves and Tamina connects with AJ. You know, like the spot was meant to go. Tamina steps up and goes, boom! Just super kicks AJ Lee for no fucking reason. Looks shocked as anything. They sell it like it was an accident. I'm like, she's a meter away.
Cameron's behind the Spanish announce table at this stage.
I laughed for about 10 minutes, dude. I was like, what the fuck just happened?
Oh, man. This was a mess.
oh, it's so awful. And to top it off, the finish of the match is Tamina's looking shocked at her mistake on the outside. Tamina grabs Cameron, smashes her on the outside for a sloppy, stupid DQ win for AJ Lee. You're like, what? Okay, so we're leading into AJ Lee and Tamina having dissension, I guess?
I mean, it's amazing that this is now, and I think it's 6 years ago today. 6 years ago today? Yeah, 6 years ago today, that on the main roster, they debuted Becky Lynch, Charlotte, and Sasha Banks. All in that, we need to inject some talent. Women are dominating. Girls can too. Women are dominating sport all over the world, and we've realised we've just let strippers and models in our wrestling ring.
Yeah, sure. It took AJ Lee leaving for this to really become a thing. That was one of the main kind of motivators, wasn't it? The whole give divas a chance thing.
Well, no, the give divas a chance thing, I think it was in a Bella's match, and I think it got 12 seconds or something stupid like that, and the fans just shit all over it.
I thought AJ leaving kind of kicked that into gear at the same time because people were just so furious that she didn't get the chance or whatever.
No, it's down to the divas. That match, give divas a chance, and then I think even whoever looks after Vince McMahon's Twitter said, "We hear you, keep watching," or something similar to that.
I thought that was Steph, but who gives a shit? It's good that it got better for a long time. I would say having some issues in 2021 for sure. There's not many women really that are over, especially on SmackDown right now. Like, they're just randomly bringing people up and chucking them in tags and stuff. And
doesn't help with Bayley getting injured. That's going to be...
Yeah.
But Becky Lynch to come back soon should hopefully spice things up a bit. Yeah. Toni Storm going to the main roster. Tony's a phenomenal talent, so hopefully they give her a chance to run with it. They'll probably just call her Tony.
To have some build, you know what I mean? Well, yeah, there is that. Just Knox, just Shotzi, It's like, why can't people have two names anymore? Like, it's weird.
Oh dear.
AJ is still the champ. Bell to bell, that was about 4 minutes, that match.
AJ Lee.
Hey, Barrett's back. He complains about his podium being broken. Barrett puts over the network debuting. Tomorrow, is it at this point?
Yep, tomorrow night.
Yeah. He buries Minnesota. Blah, 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 blah. Flogging that dead horse into the ground, as I said earlier. But
goddamn Timberwolves.
Like it, so. Santino putting over the WWE Not Lego toys again. Emma is also here. Great Khali is also here. El Torito and Los Matadors are also here. So Vince's collection of racial stereotypes and Emma all in one room. Who am I kidding?
And Michael Lee's favourite wrestler.
Sure. Batista versus Alberto Del Riva is up next. Batista's music is an absolute banger. Until the singing bit starts, and it's just like, oh, it's a shame.
I walk for miles inside this saliva. Always, always. Nickelback wannabe. Where's Chad Kroger when you need him? He's in Nickelback still. I want to go and do the Spider-Man song with him. Boom!
I do like that Batista's got his machine gun back out tonight, though.
That is good. And then he walks with the grenade. And it's like, mate, you've pulled the pin too early.
What's with the grey and orange jiu-jitsu Gracie stuff on his trunks, like, and his little Jordan colourful booties? It's a bit of a weird look for Batista.
Well, he's training to be MMA, wasn't he? Or did he have MMA fights, didn't he, after he left? Did he have one?
Did he have a fight? I seem to remember he had at least one. Let's have a look.
Oh, this is all very exciting.
Batista MMA career.
Failure. Was a good inspector with his one line.
The first question on Google is, why did Batista quit MMA? So he did some MMA. Let's find if his record is on here. So he's got one fight. He won against Vince Lucerio. TKO punches round 1 in 4 minutes. So there we go.
Undefeated in the octagon. Undefeated in the cage. Batista is a legit cage fighter. Well done. And I also saw that Punk's defeat to was it is it Jackson? I can't remember his first name. That's been removed from the record as a no contest now.
Oh, how come?
I think because Jackson was doing the drugs.
Popped for another thing. Yeah. So Bertie River comes out in a neck brace with a crutch. I'm like, oh god, is he not wrestling? Because that'd be really good. But no, unfortunately, he is.
After
Del
Batista
Rio-
had done his entrance as well, we should mention that Batista was doing his posing in front of Mexican flags on the ring posts.
Wait, what?
So on the top of each ring post, there were 2 little Mexican flags on top of them for
what?
Bertie's entrance. So when Batista was doing his
Oh.
entrance, he was essentially posing with little Mexican flags.
Oh, fair enough. Seems an odd decision. Didn't Alberto Del Rio bring the Mexican flags with him? Isn't that a thing? Like, I thought
Nope.
it was in the past, but obviously not this time.
No,
Yeah.
they were on the turnbuckle. Sorry, they were on the ring post.
Del Rio gets in the ring slowly, cuts a promo. He's not able to compete tonight. Yay! Swerve. Alberto Del Rio attacks Batista with the crutch. Boo. Again, why is it okay that this twat doing Dragon's Yes chants can steal his gimmick, but in Spanish?
Worrying thing is because people are so disinterested in Big Dave that he is getting cheered with his C chants.
Yeah, more towards the end of the match. The vast majority of the match, the crowd are just like, we'll cheer the heel, boo the face. They chant Bautista, CM Punk, Y2J, RVD. We want Lesnar, we want Ziggler, Michael Cole, etc., etc., etc. It's like, there's definitely a trend around this time where fans just take over one match they're not interested in.
Which is a shame that this includes your WrestleMania main eventer.
Yeah, not great in terms of the story.
I mean, again, they followed up with what we've seen the last few weeks of Raw. Bertie's been talking shit, and now he's finally got his revenge. Because, remember, Batista pushed Bertie into a cupboard, and it hurt his neck. That was the legit
He did.
bully. Don't be a bully, Batista.
Yeah.
Be a star.
Be a star, yeah. Seeing this, you have to imagine this is the final nail in Batista's push headed into WrestleMania, and therefore we need to look at alternatives, and Dragon's sitting right there ready to go.
Good Batista bomb.
Sure. For the 1, 2, 3, and your winner is Batista. So Batista is not
Chorus
over
of
as a
boos.
face. Yeah, he's just not over as a face at all in 2014. There's obviously a major issue with booking him as the Rumble winner to take on Orton at Mania. Interesting to see how long they're officially going to change it up and include Dragon in the match, and how long it's going to take. So we've got 6 weeks until WrestleMania now. I really don't want to talk about Del Rio anymore, but he's generally crap in this match and doesn't act a heel enough at all. He's just does a bad job of what he's meant to be doing, to be fair.
All I would say from a Del Rio in-ring standpoint, his facials make you want to hit him, so he does a job there. But I think that might just be his resting face.
Yeah, sure. So, we get another Black History Month segment here. They've been doing this every week on Raw, obviously. Correction from last week. Mark Henry did win the WWE Championship in 2012, but the footage that they used in the montage was not him winning the belt. It was from the Raw before. So, I was kind of right.
Well, it's good to make these corrections. We are only human. If you want to hear more of our mistakes, we've got over 100 episodes on our archive at worldofwrestlingpodcast.com, where we're bound to make at least one error an episode.
So this Black History Month segment's about the Soul Patrol of Tony Atlas and Rocky Johnson. There's one bit that really caught me off guard in this. I don't know if you caught it, but they say Rocky Johnson was born in Canada. And I'm like, so The Rock is technically Canadian?
What's that all about, eh?
Yeah. I've never remembered this at all. The Rock being partly Canadian or something. He's always seemed like, American Samoan or whatever. But I'm guessing that Rocky wasn't. No, it says he was born in Canada. So I don't know if he had a Canadian parent or something like that. But
didn't he play in the Canadian Football League as well?
I genuinely don't know. I think The Rock played in the Canadian Football League.
Oh, sorry, that's right. Yeah. I mean,
yeah. Because it was in his biography.
Dwayne The Rock Johnson, that well-known Canadian Samoan.
Yeah. Strange when you think of it in those terms, but
the Alaskan Island boy.
We get some more pre-show panel bullshit. There's a really weird bit where Miz is acting like a face, yucking it up with the other lads. And I'm like, where's your character, dude? What happened?
He lost it when he didn't get on the card.
Yeah, it's a strange one. Anyway, let's move on to the main event of the evening. We cut to the cage lowering music as they lower the chamber with some flashing lights behind it, and we cut to this really cool video package. I would honestly say better than the opening video package. I thought this one was great.
Yeah, very, very good. Again, can't fault them, unfortunately. Cannot fault them on this.
There's some smashing dual championship belt graphics to introduce the match, which is our WWE World Heavyweight Championship Elimination Chamber match of Randy Orton, the current champion, versus Daniel Bryan versus Cesaro with casual racist Seb Coulter, who doesn't get involved, thankfully, versus John Cena versus Christian versus Sheamus.
How could he get involved? The cage is locked at all times. No one can get in, Rich. No one can get in.
Factual, Tax. Definitely factual. So,
that's what they call me. Factual Tax.
New gimmicks all over the shop. So we'll run through some of this. I've got quite a few notes to this because, there is quite a story that's told throughout the length of this match, but we'll try and get through it pretty quick. Good guy Cena gives his shirt and cap to a lad at ringside. Lovely stuff. Crowd pretty tepid for Cena, Christian, Orton, who's the World Heavyweight Champion, by the way. So the first three lads, the crowd are kind of there, but they don't really give a shit. But then there's a really nice pop for Dragon, who comes out fourth. Not the biggest pop in the world to start with, but by the time he's got to the ring and he's on the turnbuckle doing the yes chants, every single person in this arena is on their feet again and back up for this.
I'm impressed that they've stayed with this for the whole show.
And how do you mean?
Sorry, I was making reference to the crowd.
Oh, I see what you mean. Okay, yeah. Sorry, I thought you meant like the booking of the wrestlers or whatever. Yeah, like it's not the longest show in the world. It's not like, the 7 hours of WrestleMania, but there's been a lot happening. Like, you're a bit worn out by this point.
But they're in it. I think, again, this
absolutely
goes back the layout of the show. Great opener, not too bad tag. Bit of a let me down match with Titus and Darren Young. Brilliant 6-man with the Wyatts. Let me down match for the ladies. Bertie and Big Dave, no one gives a shit. And they're ready for this, as you said, this well-crafted, quite a well-booked chamber match.
Do you agree that it takes Dragon's entrance to get them kind of back into it at this point?
Well, yeah, because, they've just had 2 matches where no one really cares. That you've got the last 12 minutes of in-ring action has taken place in the last half hour of the card. So if you think you've only got like a third of the time in ring and the rest have been entrances and messing about. But that's what they're here to see. Dragon's got screwed out of being in the Rumble. He got screwed out of the belt. He's been being bullied since SummerSlam. He's banged up. This is his time. So obviously people think, yes, this is going to be the time we're going to get Dragon getting the belt back and go to Mania and wrestle Dave. Mm-hmm.
It does feel like there's every other row there's a yes sign or a Daniel Bryan sign as well. Like, he's seriously fucking over right now. And I just want to emphasize it because obviously that's the story of this whole narrative that we're trying to get over, whether it was working, whether it wasn't working. And whatever they've decided or haven't decided at this point, Dragon is the top guy. He's the superstar. He's the babyface. It's undeniable at this point for me.
Bigger pop than Cena. That goes to show that he's making moves, $1 million moves in this show.
Great little pop for Cesaro as well, even though he's meant to be a heel. Everyone chants along with the "We the People" thing. It's an issue, but I love Cesaro so much I don't think I really care, to be honest. Cole calls Cesaro one of the hottest men in this match, and I'm like, ooh, saucy.
Don't hate the player, hate the game.
But fuck all that shit. It's a shame for fame and lobster head. The crowd do not care at all for Sheamus, but it popped me. So
that's because they've had too many limes.
One thing I realised, we've talked about how the chamber isn't our favourite setup ever. It's difficult to see what's going on and the cameras to get in there and everything else. But one of the things I did like about the start kind of sequence of them getting into the cage and everything was that you have this kind of opportunity, because they're locked in a pod, for someone to come up and kind of tease them and create some tension face to face. And it's like a whole you're locked in your pod. I can do whatever I want right now. I can shove the belts in your face like Randy does and stuff. And I think that starts to build some tension going into this match that you don't necessarily get from like almost any other type of match.
No, because you're essentially starting to pick up the rivalries. You're starting to pick up the animosity between the competitors, and you want to see these people fight. And this has been the slight problem leading up to this, that we've had every one of these wrestlers in a one-on-one match with Orton leading up to it. So it's not new. It's not something we've not seen regularly. I mean, the fact we have main evented Raw with Cena Orton leading up to this, there's nothing overly exciting. There's nothing that is. There's nothing in here that I go, "Oh, new matchup," because we've seen it.
Absolutely. Speaking of which, it's Sheamus and Claudio to start in ring. Everyone else is in their pods. The match starts in kind of a weird way, but it kind of kicks it off quite fun, I guess. Sheamus seemingly gets distracted by Christian banging on one of the pods and turns around. Cesaro just attacks him, and you're like, "Wow, off we go!" Great. It's an odd way to start the match, wouldn't you say?
It's an innovative way to do it, considering no one's done it before. But actually, Christian was going, "Let me out! I need a wee."
This is the metal cheese grater for floor version of the chamber, which every time someone takes a back bump on it, I'm just like, I cringe, man. It looks so horrible.
You'd hate. I mean, I bet the Shield couldn't believe their luck when it's like, okay, the winners of this 6-man go into the chamber, and the Shield, you're losing. Hey, you don't have to leave the chamber.
I have to take bumps in that nice soft ring. How terrible, I know it's not that soft, but you know what I mean. Compared to the chamber floor, solid steel. Fuck, man.
Yuck.
Again, like with Orton, not being the biggest fan necessarily of his work up until this point, but I love him in this match. I think he's horrible, obnoxious teenager when he's in the pod, leaning against it, taking the piss out of people, laughing at their misfortunes. And when he does get tagged in later, he's a good dickhead. When Orton turns up, man, he is pretty damn good.
His facial expressions, whether he's being snide heel, nervous heel, dickhead, which I think is just resting face.
Yeah.
When Orton's basically allowed to be himself, being a prick like I would imagine he could be in real life, that's when he's his best character.
Yeah, definitely. So this match is obviously broken up into phases with the people getting released from the pods. We start with Cesaro and Sheamus. They just stiff the shit out of each other. Really, really fun. The next man to join them is the hero of our story, Daniel Bryan, coming in third. Yes chance on every strike Dragon throws. The dude is completely fucking over. Honestly, at this point, all I could think was I could watch Cesaro, Sheamus, and Dragon wrestle all fucking night. I love all three of them. They're all awesome. It's just so much fun, dude. These three are so good.
Good styles to have in the ring. Strength, skill, speed, pace, everything you want. Very, very nice.
Yeah. Cesaro is the star of this match without kind of knowing it almost,
We've said this so many times. It's such a shame they didn't push him with Heyman, because he could have just been this absolute juggernaut.
What a goddamn workhorse. So there's a bit where Cesaro throws Dragon through a pod wall, which makes us question how locked in these pods the other wrestlers are. Because it does look like you could push on the panel and it would just pop out.
Flimsy toy.
But the next person to join Cesaro, Sheamus, and Dragon is Christian. Christian takes a targets Dragon's shoulder, really goes after it. And then going back to Cesaro, there's this moment where he goes on what I've labeled the look at the crazy shit I can do rampage. You know what I mean? That bit?
Yep. Here's all the innovative stuff I can do that no one else on this roster can do, and I'm going to do it all in sequence.
It's incredible. He's throwing people up the cage, he's jumping off the pod, he's slamming Christian into the pod, immediately catching him, chucking him back in the ring, and immediately going into a pinfall. And you're like, what the fuck? He's beyond good. He's so talented and so smooth. We talked last week about the lack of hesitation he has for everything he does. There's a point where he's power bombing, and just decking Sheamus onto the steel, and you can visibly see Sheamus going, "Okay, mate, hold on," because he's just hitting him with so much stuff. It's but not carelessly, you know what I mean? It everything seems calculated and safe, but effective, and it's so easy to suspend your disbelief while watching Cesaro wrestle.
And he's so fluid. Everything connects into the next move. There's no wasted motion. And as you said, everything's believable. I mean, I genuinely believe if he was in a proper fist fight, he would throw someone in the air and then uppercut them, like Street Fighter 2 style.
Absolutely. You feel that if he'd have gone into MMA or badminton or whatever, he'd be a world champion at anything he chose to do.
I'd love to see Cesaro go, I'm a world champion badminton player now.
He totally could be, though. He wanted to be a world-class cricketer. He probably would be. He wants to be a world-class sprinter. He probably would be. He's so athletic. It's
Didn't
ridiculous.
he play rugby in Germany when he came to WWE?
Of course he did. So still no eliminations at this point, and the next man in, and his name is John Cena. Yabba-dee! People start to show signs of desperation, and they're hitting finishes all over the shop now. Still no elimination. Christian forgets he's a heel at one point and starts to cheerlead. Did you get this?
Yes. Yes, I did.
Up until this series, I've always thought Christian was one of the better guys. I'm starting to question this. He's not been great.
Well, this is the thing, right? There's no denying he is a very, very talented wrestler. And he's, considering that he's been in, at this stage in WWE, obviously had his stint in TNA, but we're 16 years in now, 16, 17 years from when the Brood debuted. It's now at this stage where it's like, unfortunately, I've seen it all with Christian. Yeah. And that's the thing, because he has never really evolved his character. He tweaks it in singles action when he became Captain Charisma. Obviously, he's got his Christian Cage stuff back in TNA, which was essentially Captain Charisma. There's just not much to him, unfortunately. He hasn't evolved his character. Sheamus has evolved over time, only slightly, but like his current gimmick, that's really good. Big Match John has never changed his gimmick since he went from rap to, polarizing character of Booyah. Dragon has certainly evolved since he's been there. Orton sometimes turns up, but doesn't evolve. That's the problem with Christian with me.
He's definitely capable. He's got a really good sell on him. And I think maybe the injuries are holding him back and his position in the story, because he's not the top guy. He's not the number one contender. He's not the heel. He's not even like the secondary heel. He's just like this extra guy. Like, he is literally the sixth guy in this match.
He's here because Punk left.
There. It does feel a bit like that, doesn't it? And maybe there is an element of he's not willing to put himself out there that much because of obviously injuries started to become a problem around this time for him, I believe. So maybe there's more to this than we realise, but I'm not enjoying his involvement very much. He seems quite safe. He does a couple of bits in this match which are fun, but I think there's an expectation to do something special. It's a big fucking chamber match,
Yeah, and he does his two spots and that's it, and he's done.
So there's a 5-minute segment here where everyone punches and kicks and headbutts everyone else. It's really, really fun. Everyone's just throwing leather. Everyone's down, and the last man in, the WWE World Heavyweight Champion, Randy Orton. Interesting about how he became the last man to come in. I wonder if that comes back to haunt us, Tax.
I wonder. Ooh.
Lots of abuse of authority, you could say, Tax.
Oh my goodness, are you suggesting there's some kind of conspiracy?
It's nice to see the story developing. It's been a while, Not a single elimination. Everyone is now in the match. I love this about chamber matches. I hate when people get pinned early. It really pisses me off, but I understand how it has to change and stuff. Orton gets a few boos, but then instant boring chants. But Orton then gets surrounded by everyone else. So Orton goes and hides back in his pod, and I'm like, this is a great heel move.
Yep. Holding the pod shut, which the referee's not locking, so anyone could just walk up and open it. But no, everyone goes, oh no, he's locked himself back in. Oh, how are we going to get him? Oh, he's locked in. He's holding it with his hand.
Slapstick, suspend your disbelief, don't worry about it. So, Sheamus kicks in the side of the pod, right? And so, again, I question the legitimacy of these pod walls.
You haven't even gone over Orton's facial expressions here. Because, Sheamus turned around and the camera's on him. Sheamus is thinking, can I kick it? And Orton's facial expression is, yes, he can. I mean, he's sitting there going, tilts his head sideways going, what's he thinking? Oh no, oh no, oh no, 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 my expensive glass, plastic.
Sure, it's super silly. So, Sheamus is the one that kicks through the wall of the pod. And I'm like, why are we using this spot to get Sheamus over here?
Because he's got a move where he doesn't have to run through it. He can kick it because he's got a brogue kick.
Yeah, I mean, that's not a reason why we're getting him over, Tax. It's like, could we not have used this to get Cesaro, who we're building?
But Cesaro doesn't have a finisher that's a big kick. Cesaro can't swing
you're
someone
just stuck
through
on
it.
This, right?
Well, no. How would you expect someone to do it? 'Cause you need them to kick the glass down. You're not going to have someone spear themselves through the fake glass that no one can break. You're not going to have someone do an FU through it. The only one who's got a legitimate finisher that's a kick is Sheamus.
Okay. So, giant swing by Cesaro to Orton for the count of 30. It's fucking awesome. Dragon with the chaos theory to Cesaro. Fucking yes. A Randy Orton superplex. Christian splash off the top of the pod. Eliminates Sheamus, the first guy out. Bombardier by Dragon eliminates Christian. Cool moment where Dragon and Cena face off in the middle of the ring. What do you think about this bit? The two top faces going like, "Oh, hello, rival." You know.
Well, they've had their issue back from SummerSlam, haven't they? When and then Orton cashed in. So it's nice to have it again, revisiting long-term storytelling. Very concerning.
Yeah. There's definitely this bit where Dragon is like the guy taking Cena's top spot. You know what I mean?
Yeah. There's, are you ready for this kid sort of mentality?
Yeah. Sort of passing the torch that never really happens, but you know, it kind of does, but kind of not, because you know, Cena. FU on the metal grating and an STFU from Cena eliminates Cesaro. Taps amazingly here, like he's just about to die the way he's tapping. Oh, the sell from Cesaro.
And the STF's only been on for like a second and a half.
Yeah, it's true, man. Cena has Orton in the STFU. Hey, are you a booker? Got no idea how to book your main event match.
AJ Lee.
Blackout. The lights come back up. I honestly at this point went, oh, because I was really enjoying this show up until this point. But when the things happen, I still enjoyed it. I thought it was really fun. How about you?
Like the reaction of all three in there. Orton, cowardly heel, backs off. Dragon and Cena line up to fight the baddies. Dragon takes one kick, he's dead, and then Cena can try and fight off the Wyatts until he gets absolutely destroyed. And as we said, you know, we saw it before on Monday Night Raw where they've attacked Cena. I know they've had their sidebar with the Shield, but again, they're doing what Gallows and Anderson love to do, and they love to beat up John Cena.
I love the bit when Cena's down after being beaten up by the Wyatts. Orton like slithers across the ring to pin him. Oh, so good.
Not even taking his eyes off the Wyatts as he even like goes for the cover.
Yeah, man. Randy's on fire tonight, man. 1, 2, 3. Orton eliminates Cena with the help of the Wyatts. We are left with Randy Orton, the World Heavyweight Champion, and Daniel Bryan, the hero of our story. And like, I remember what happened at this point, but I'm like, oh, God, it would be good. And the way they get to the finish, it's fucking beautiful, man. This is where, for me, Daniel Bryan's like ability to tell that story and to manipulate a crowd is above and beyond like almost anyone else.
I'd forgotten this finish.
Okay.
So it was great. Obviously, I remember the Wyatts, but how we get from here to the end, I was like, oh, yeah. Great.
I'll quickly go over it. So Kane is out, seemingly to send the Wyatts to the back and check on John Cena. But Dragon gives him a flying knee off the top for good measure, knocking down Kane. Bombardier lands for Dragon. We're like, oh, hang on. But Kane recovers and drags the official out at 2, shitting on the finish. And you're like, oh, what a heel move. Really screwing over Dragon here. Dragon gets distracted by this and RKO lands for the 1-2. Dragon kicks out. The pop tax. The fucking pop of him kicking out of the RKO.
Can't believe this is at a WWE pay-per-view with a pop like that.
Yeah, it's huge, man. Ah, Minnesota really worked it. They're really playing along. It's great. The whole place is on its feet doing the yes chants. I do mean the whole fucking place. The heat here is, magic. Quick roll up by Dragon immediately as the heat's still happening for the 1-2. Orton kicks. The place goes fucking electric. To have that quick, oh shit, he's going to do it. To then, Dragon is god level worker here at this point. Cheap shot by Kane. RKO. 1, 2, 3. And still your WWE World Heavyweight Champion, Randy Orton.
What a great way to suck the air out of the crowd. It was a case of...
Brilliant. That's just what you want, though. If you're going to put your heel champ over, this is how you do it.
I definitely... But it wasn't even a case that they got booed and the camera cuts. And in fairness, leading up to this end sequence and after Orton got the pin, in fairness to Michael Cole, boo, even though his tone was annoying, all the things he said at this stage at the end about how he's been screwed over since SummerSlam, he's had to fight multiple matches again and again, and it's not fair. So even the fact that now Michael Cole, who has always not been a Daniel Bryan fan from back in the days of NXT and when he came back, and even though he's a face commentator, he's always had snide remarks for Dragon. This is the first time that Michael Cole's been like, hang on a minute. And I know it's all scripted, and I know he's broken character. He's not really breaking character because it's what Vince has told him to say. But the fact that Michael Cole actually did something that I was like, hang on, Michael Cole's showing an element of faux emotion here.
There's one line from Cole that really stood out to me. And it's an absolutely blatant, disgusting abuse of power. And I'm like, oh, that's a line and a half.
But it shows now. He's called it out, and
yeah,
it's exactly what we said in the chamber. But yeah, and then the production team just going to pictures of people in the crowd, like just shaking their head of, oh, for fuck's sake. Brilliant work.
Man.
Brilliant
Absolutely
work.
love it. This pit crowd is so just fucking pissed. I think there's a genuine belief in this crowd at this point that, oh no, it's not over Batista against boring heel Randy Orton, even though he's really good in this match. And we're like, oh shit, this is WrestleMania's main event. And you can really feel it from the crowd at this point. I'm sure I felt the same at the time because I was probably convinced they weren't going to include Dragon. And so there's this bit where Randy's lifting both the belts in the air and Dragon's in the middle of the ring selling the shoulder, and selling this disappointment. It's such good storytelling because now that we know where it goes. At the time, I think I was just furious, but I feel like this is the first time on this whole run of shows we've done where I really feel like I've been worked how they wanted to work me.
Exactly, it's that emotion of, oh, for fuck's sake, we've been screwed again. It's not a case of he's been screwed. You could tell, like, the reaction, it's a case of, we're a collective, we're all in this together, and the corporate machine has screwed us over.
Yeah. So that is the end of the show. We are out of here. How fucking great was Minnesota tonight, Tax? And how good was this show? I loved it.
Great fans. Best show we've watched of this run so far. I mean, the Slammies were funny, but the in-ring quality, the storytelling, like, fantastic opener between Swagger and Big E. Wyatt's Shield was exceptional. And a chamber match that was actually fun, like you said, keeping all the participants in till everyone's out of the pods. No one likes a running, but it gave Randy Orton the opportunity to be that sneaky, cautious, slithery heel crawling over to pin Cena.
This bit needed that amount of bullshit booking. It was great. Like, sometimes you can do it. When you do it to this level where you have the first run in and then they kind of wander off and that gets rid of Cena, which gives Cena some purpose towards the Wyatts and against Randy. You have Randy beating the guy that's like his biggest rivalry, especially over the last few weeks as well. You
also
then have,
noticed the 50-50 booking where Randy had to get his win back over Cena.
of course. Then you have Dragon getting that little bit of comeuppance against, like, giving comeuppance to Kane, sorry, for all the shit he's done to him, and surviving the entirety of that chamber match. And then, oh no, he still gets screwed over. You know, it's like, that's, if you're going to do a ton of bullshit booking, that's the way to do it. Like, I loved it, man. I really invested now.
It's made me hopeful for the rest of this run, because up to this point, I think we've both said, this has not been fun. 3-hour Raws have not been fun. The Rumble, I mean, I like the Rumble match, but it wasn't a good Rumble match. Whereas now, finally, we've had a great show. Our story has now amplified in importance. The fact that we've got commentators highlighting that it's unfair. The fans are now fully invested in how many times Dragon's been screwed. And yeah, looking forward to see how they're going to fuck it up on Raw next week.
Yeah, it did feel like from Rumble to Chamber, it was like, we're trying to work out what to do now because our plans have got a bit scuppered. But it does feel like they've got 6 weeks now to really tell us the story of Dragon coming into that main event picture. And I'm really interested to see how they're going to do it, considering how it's been done so far and how we're going to get there. And that's the whole purpose of this story, you know?
Yeah, because if you're watching this now as a fan and this was happening now, so your instant reaction would be, right, I can't believe they're going with Batista versus Orton in the main. We're going to end up with Wyatt versus Cena. We're going to have Dragon versus Kane.
Yeah.
But then you've got all those other moving parts. It's like, what the hell are the Shield going to do? Where's The Undertaker? What's Triple H going to do? Where's Brock? Because we've seen him come out and say he should be challenging people, even though we know he's a scumbag. What's Del Rio doing? Because he's still quite high up in WWE at this time. How are all these stories going to fit into place? Especially, and I think I can remember where it goes, but what the hell are they going to do with the Shield come Mania?
Yeah, the Wyatts too, yeah. What are they going to do with all of them involved?
Well, we've seen it. You know, they've attacked Cena twice. So going on storyline booking, they're setting him up. They're setting up Wyatt Cena for the next feud for the Wyatts, which means they've all got to go as a collective unit.
So to me, at this time, this company are very capable of doing that at Chamber and then not paying it off. So I'm still like not convinced we're going to get Bray Cena, even though I believe we do. I'm intrigued to see what Rowan and Brody, whatever, are going to do as well.
Oh, they'll just.
I don't
remember.
remember.
I'm sure they'll just be lackeys. I can't imagine. Maybe Battle Royal fodder.
Waste. Yeah, maybe. So yeah, it feels like we're in recovery mode now. I'm very happy. Like we were hoping for weeks and weeks and weeks that Chamber was going to be the turning point, and it feels like it is. I'm happy to say.
I'm surprised. How many cornflakes would you rate the show?
So it's verging on a 4. But if I look down the card, really it's a 3. There's one good match, and there's some other stuff which is kind of inoffensive, and then the Chamber's quite fun. But it's not like a great match, you know what I mean? Like I think it's a 3.
I'm going 3 because I'm not going to be jaded by what we've watched for the last 6 weeks. Because I think had we had good content, we would have again probably gone, the Shield match was really, really good. And that's probably all we would have gone. We would have appreciated the opener, but that's as far as we would have gone. Whereas I think because we've had such dross for 6 weeks, this has been a very good show. I wouldn't say if people listen going, oh yeah, I'm going to go back and watch the whole Elimination Chamber 2014. We've done it for you.
No.
Go back and watch the Shield versus the Wyatts.
Yeah, no way in hell would I watch this whole show back. I'm happy we watched it. Please don't get
and
me
rewatch Cameron AJ.
Yeah, sure.
Just to see the super kick. Just to see Tamina miss the super kick.
So I'm very happy that we're now on the proper road to WrestleMania. 6 episodes of Raw. Next week, we're going to be doing the Raw episode from the 24th of February, 2014. 6 weeks, then WrestleMania 30. Let's see how they tell this story, man. I'm very interested now. I'm invested.
Looking forward to it. Where can people find you and your work on social medias?
You can find me on the old Twitter machine at FanboyRich and pretty much everything across WrestleTalk, Parts Fun Known, all those fun places, and Cineworld now as well. It's great.
I'm at the Tex Williams on Facebook and Twitter. I've deleted my Instagram because I don't use it. So,
fair play to you. That's a solid 2-hour pod, so get your value for your money.
Happy days. Join us next week for more as Bree enters the dragon.
She fucking does. See you later, everyone. Bye-bye.
The louder you guys are, the better the wrestlers will perform for you tonight.
And that's why I kicked your leg out of your leg.
We're tough. We can take it, baby.
You got to penetrate in the back, baby.
Oh, I can see what you're talking. Wait just a minute.
Money talk.